1. The power of indifference, your shield against chaos. Picture a samurai standing on a battlefield, arrows flying, swords clashing. He doesn't flinch. His enemies scream insults, yet he smiles, untouched. Why? Because he's mastered the art of indifference. Life's a battlefield too, full of noise, criticism, and unexpected blows. Most people crumble, reacting to every slight, every setback. But what if you could walk through the storm without a single drop touching you? Indifference isn't apathy, it's power. It's choosing not to let external chaos control your inner peace. The unshakable don't have fewer problems, they've mastered their reactions. When someone insults you, pause. Ask, does this change my path? If not, smile and move on. Their words only have power if you give it to them. He didn't win by fighting every enemy. He won by staying calm, picking his battles, and striking with precision. You can too. Next. Want to know the secret to staying calm when the world expects you to break? 2. Emotional control. Own your mind. Own your life. What if your emotions were your greatest weapon, not your weakness? Imagine a CEO in a boardroom facing a hostile takeover. Their rivals taunt them, expecting a reaction. Instead, the CEO leans back, smiles, and says nothing. The room falls silent. Why? Because they control their emotions, not the other way around. Most people are puppets to their feelings. Anger, fear, doubt pulling their strings. But emotional control isn't suppressing feelings, it's directing them. You feel the heat, but you don't burn. Next time you're provoked, pause for 3 breaths. Ask, is this worth my peace? If not, let it go. By refusing to react, you disarm your opponent and reclaim your power. That CEO, she didn't just save her company, she became a legend. Her calm was her weapon, and it's yours too. Next, what if you could stop caring about what doesn't matter and unlock true freedom? 3. Mindful indifference. The art of letting go. What's stealing your energy right now? A rude comment? A missed opportunity? What if you could let it all go? Picture a monk climbing a mountain, carrying a heavy sack. Each step, he tosses out a rock, grudges, worries, judgments. By the peak, his sack is empty and he's free. Why? He stopped carrying what didn't serve him. Society tells you to care about everything: opinions, likes, status. But true freedom comes from mindful indifference, caring deeply about what matters and nothing about what doesn't. That monk? He reached the peak not because he was stronger, but because he carried less. You can too. Next, why do the most powerful people never beg for approval? Imagine a young artist mocked for her bold paintings. Critics call her work weird. Instead of changing, she paints louder, bolder. Years later, her art hangs in galleries. Why? She didn't need their applause. She believed in herself. Seeking approval is a cage. The moment you let others define your worth, you lose your power. True confidence is built from within, not borrowed from others. Stop explaining yourself. Celebrate your own wins, big or small. When you validate yourself, external opinions become irrelevant. That artist, she didn't just create art, she created a legacy. Her self-belief made her untouchable. Next, what if criticism could make you stronger instead of breaking you? 5. Turn criticism into fuel. What if every critic was secretly handing you the keys to growth? Picture a young inventor pitching his idea to a room of skeptics. They laugh, call it impossible. He listens, nods, and walks away. Years later, his invention changes the world. Why? He filtered their words through logic, not emotion. Criticism is inevitable, but it's powerless unless you let it in. Constructive criticism is gold. Destructive criticism is noise. When criticized, pause. Ask, does this come from expertise or envy? Take what's useful, discard the rest. Never let words shake your core. That inventor? He didn't argue with his critics. He outworked them. His focus turned their doubt into his fuel. Next, how do the strongest stay calm when the world's falling apart? 6. Unshakable under pressure. What if pressure wasn't your enemy but your greatest test? Imagine a pilot navigating a storm, turbulence shaking the plane. Passengers panic, but she stays calm, hands steady. Why? She trained for chaos before it arrived. Pressure reveals character. Most crack because they fight reality, expecting smooth skies. The strong embrace uncertainty and respond with strategy. See pressure as a game. When stress hits, breathe and ask, what's my next move? Train for chaos by mentally rehearsing tough scenarios daily. Nested loop continuation. That pilot? She landed safely. Not because she avoided the storm, but because she was ready for it. You can be too. What if letting go could make you unstoppable? 7. Release what you can't control. What if the secret to peace was letting go of the fight? Picture a river flowing through a forest, gliding past rocks and fallen trees. It doesn't stop to fight them, it flows around them. Why? Because resistance creates suffering, but flow creates freedom. Clinging to outcomes, jobs, relationships, expectations traps you in frustration. True strength is letting go of what you can't control and focusing on what you can. When you're stuck, ask, can I control this? If not, release it. Shift your energy to actions that move you forward. That river? It carved canyons not by fighting, but by flowing. Your strength lies in adapting, not resisting. Next, what if silence could give you more power than words? 8. Silence, your ultimate weapon. What if saying less made you heard more? Imagine a negotiator at a tense table, her opponent pushing for a quick answer. She pauses, silent. The room shifts, her rival fumbles, offering better terms. Why? Silence creates power. In a noisy world, silence is rare and powerful. It forces others to reveal themselves while you stay in control. The less you say, the more they wonder. In conversations, pause before speaking. Let others fill the silence. The less you reveal, the more leverage you hold. That negotiator? She won not by arguing, but by staying silent. Her restraint spoke louder than words. Hook for next section. How do you train your mind to be unbreakable? 9. Forge an unshakable mind. What if your mind could be a fortress untouched by chaos? Picture a warrior training at dawn, alone. Each day she sharpens her focus, disciplines her thoughts, and builds resilience. When battle comes, she's untouchable. Why? She trained her mind before the fight. Your mind is your battlefield. Mental strength isn't luck, it's built through daily habits, gratitude, discipline, detachment. Start small, meditate 5 minutes daily. Keep one promise to yourself or let go of one minor frustration. These habits forge an unbreakable mind. That warrior? She didn't just survive battles, she dominated them. Her mind was her greatest weapon, and yours can be too. Next, what if your greatest power was staying invisible until the moment you strike? 10. Move in silence. Let results roar. What if your success could speak louder than your words? Imagine an entrepreneur building a company in secret. No announcements, no fanfare. When she launches, the world is stunned. Why? She moved in silence, letting her results scream. The loudest people crave attention. The strongest crave results. Real power doesn't announce, it acts. Keep your plans private. Work relentlessly and let your success surprise the world. The less you say, the more your actions resonate. That entrepreneur? She didn't just build a company, she built a legacy. Her silence was her strategy, and her results were her voice. You're one choice away from becoming unshakable. Will you react to the noise or rise above it? Start now, pause, detach, and move in silence. The world will notice when you're ready.